Hello, in this C programming video, we are going to look at operator precedence. So just the way in maths, the way you write an equation matters. There's something called in maths, you might know your bod math, bid math, ped math. I've heard it in all sorts of different names, but it's essentially, operator precedence. That's all it is. You can think of it in that way as well. And programming languages have the same. Different languages will have different operator precedences. So just because you might know the operator precedence for one language doesn't mean it's necessarily, it might be, but doesn't mean it's necessarily the same. So here is a list. So I will put a link to this in the description. And basically this is the operator precedence. You'll first check for these, then for these, then for these, this, slowly going all the way down. Let me actually use a real world example. So if I was to put int, I don't need to put int I. I'm just going to put printf. And I'm going to print out a value. You know what, I'm going to put %f. And I'm going to say 5 plus 5 times by 8. What are we going to get? So here's it's pretty interesting right now. And I'll put it like this in case we start doing division operations so we can get the correct value. Are we going to get 5 plus 5, which is 10, times by 8, which is 80? Or are we going to get 5 times by 8, which is 40, plus 5, which is 45? The latter is what you would get in maths. Let's see what you would get in the C programming language. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So you get 45. So what's happening is it's doing 5 times by 8, which is 40, and then adding the last 5 to it. So if I go back to the operator precedence, so multiplication, division, remainder, which is the modular symbol, is first, then it's addition. If we want to override that, we can use the brackets because these are the highest, precedence. So what we could say is 5 plus 5 in brackets. So that means anything in brackets will be done first. And then inside of those brackets, it's the same operator precedence again. And you'll look for more brackets, otherwise you'll look for the other operators. So it's going to do 5 plus 5, which is 10, times it by 8. I'll give that a run. We get 80. So, that's really operator precedence. We can, go even more a step further and add more different things, but essentially the principle is exactly the same. You just look at this and you see which one is higher up. That part of the equation will be run first, unless overridden by a bracket. That's the only way to override one of the other sort of operators, let's say in an equation, is by having a set of brackets there. So I thought I just mentioned that as well. So that's it. That's operator precedence. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. There'll be a link to the Discord page in the description for that. There's also a link to the GitHub page where you can get all the source code. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.